October 22nd, 2025, opening night of the new NBA season. The matchup everyone wanted to see was finally here. Stephen Curry versus LeBron James, two legends who've battled each other for over a decade, meeting once again under the bright lights. Except there was one massive problem. LeBron never made it to the court. For the first time in his 23-year career, King James missed a season opener, sidelined with sciatica. And while he sat there helplessly watching from the bench, Curry went out and rewrote the history books in the most unexpected way possible. The Golden State Warriors demolished the Los Angeles Lakers 119-109. But here's where it gets interesting. Curry didn't even have a spectacular game by his standards. 23 points on 6 of 14 shooting, 3 of 9 from downtown. Nothing close to the explosive performances we've seen from the baby-faced assassin throughout his career. Yet somehow, that quiet night was enough to make him the oldest guard in NBA history to score 20 or more points in a season opener. Let that sink in for a second. He beat out legends like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and every other guard who tried to defy Father Time. At 37 years old, Curry just proved he still got it, even when he's not firing on all cylinders. But what made this moment truly wild was watching it happen while LeBron sat on the sidelines. These two have defined an entire generation of basketball. 4 straight finals from 2015 to 2018, the Warriors winning 3 of them. That legendary 3-1 comeback by the Cavs in 2016 that still haunts Golden State fans to this day. Then the battles continued with the 2021 play-in tournament and that intense 2023 conference semifinals matchup. They even became teammates at the Paris Olympics, bringing home gold for Team USA. And now, at 40 years old, LeBron couldn't even step on the court for what might be one of their final showdowns. The symbolism hit different. Time catches everyone eventually, even the king. The crazy part is how much the league has changed since these two first faced off. Nobody saw the blockbuster moves coming that completely reshaped the Western Conference. The Warriors pulled off something absolutely insane by landing Jimmy Butler in a trade that saved their entire season. Butler himself couldn't believe it when he got the call. He thought it was fake news at first. But there he was on opening night, leading the Warriors in scoring with 31 points, getting to the free throw line over and over, playing with that trademark toughness that Golden State desperately needed. The numbers don't lie either. With Butler on the roster, the Warriors went 25-8. Without him, they were struggling at 26-27. That's the difference between championship contention and first-round elimination. Then came the trade that genuinely shocked the entire basketball world. Luka Doncic, the untouchable superstar, got shipped to the Lakers. People couldn't wrap their heads around it. This was supposed to be Dallas's franchise player for the next decade, the guy who was going to lead them to multiple championships. And suddenly he's wearing purple and gold, trying to team up with an aging LeBron James. The pressure on Luka's shoulders became absolutely massive overnight. He had to prove he was worth giving up the future for. On opening night, he dropped 43 points in a losing effort. 43 points and his team still got beat by double digits. That's gotta sting. Playing without LeBron exposed just how much the Lakers still depend on him, even at 40. Sure, their defense has improved, they've made adjustments, but when it mattered most last season, they found themselves down 3-1 against the Timberwolves in the first round. All that talent, all those moves, and they're still fighting just to get out of the opening series. LeBron even called Luka his favorite player to watch, which added another layer to this whole situation. The young superstar trying to fill impossible shoes while the legend watches from the bench, unable to help.
Meanwhile, Curry's supporting cast finally looks like something special. Jonathan Kuminga showed real maturity and growth, making smart plays on both ends. Buddy Hield came alive in the second half, drilling 4 triples that turned the game upside down. Brandon Podziemski made the right reads throughout. Draymond Green was his usual defensive monster self. Even rookie Will Richard is carving out serious rotation minutes. This depth is something Curry hasn't had in years. The original Warriors dynasty was built on having multiple weapons and suffocating defense. They're getting back to that formula just as Curry enters the twilight of his career. The financial side of the story adds another wild twist that barely anyone's talking about. For the first time in over a decade, Curry is the highest paid player in the league. His earnings hit $159.6 million, surpassing LeBron's $137.6 million. King James had held that throne for 11 straight years. 11 years of being the most financially dominant force in basketball, and now that streak is done. Even in jersey sales, things are shifting. Luka broke the Curry-LeBron duopoly that had existed for so long. The old guard is still here, still getting paid, still making history. But the changing of the guard is happening right before our eyes, whether we're ready for it or not. As the game wound down and the Lakers tried mounting one last desperate comeback, Curry reminded everyone why he's still the show. He pulled up from near the hash mark and drained a three-pointer that sealed the victory. That clutch gene never fades. That ability to hit the shot when everything's on the line is what separates the greats from the legends. And at 37, Curry still got it. The crowd erupted. His teammates mobbed him. Meanwhile, LeBron sat on the bench, probably wishing he could be out there competing one more time against his greatest rival. Here's what makes this moment hit harder than people realize. We're witnessing the sunset of an era that defined basketball for almost 2 decades. When Curry and LeBron are finally gone, the NBA will look completely different. Sure, there's incredible young talent waiting in the wings. Luka's already a superstar. Anthony Edwards is ascending. Victor Wembanyama is doing things we've never seen. But none of them will have the same impact, the same history, the same rivalry that these two created. 4 straight finals, countless playoff battles, Olympic gold together, breaking records well into their late 30s. This is stuff that doesn't happen anymore in modern basketball. The reality nobody wants to accept is that we're running out of chances to see these two legends face off. LeBron's body is betraying him at the worst possible time. Curry's breaking records on nights where he's not even playing his best basketball. The next time they meet on the court could genuinely be the last time. And when that final buzzer sounds on their last game together, an entire generation of basketball fans will feel it. The arguments about who's better, the debates about their legacies, the memories of those incredible finals battles, all of it will shift from present tense to past tense. We'll be talking about what was instead of what is. Curry making history while LeBron watched helplessly from the sidelines isn't just a story about one game or one record. It's a reminder that time stops for nobody, not even the greatest players who ever lived. The Warriors got their win, Curry got his record, Butler showed he's the missing piece, and LeBron sat there unable to do anything except watch it all unfold. The torch isn't being passed yet, but you can see it flickering in the distance. The question isn't if it'll happen anymore. The question is how much longer we have before these legends play their final game. And based on opening night 2025, that answer might be coming sooner than any of us want to believe.